Okay, so in the front there you can see the front brake reservoir with the oil in it. So I'm just going to get a nice little rag, cut into the fluid. So with this type, well, a lot of these brake reservoirs, a lot of people say, oh, we get water in the brake fluid and all that. No, you don't get water in the brake fluid. What the brake fluid's really good at, and there's two types of brake fluid: silicon brake fluid or a mineral. This is mineral that's in here. So what it has a habit over time, it absorbs moisture. Now, people go on about, oh, you must change your brake fluid every year, blah, blah, blah. No, you don't. When you get moisture build up in your brake fluid, what that does is it reduces the boiling point of the brake fluid, and when it starts to boil, you get air pockets in the braking system. So, and that's not good because you end up with spongy brakes and everything. So, the brake system itself is a sealed system. So, if we crack this open, you'll see something that will be on all brake units. So, let us undo this. And if you look in here, put that to one side, there's like a little rubber unit here, and what this is the seal, this is the air seal, and this prevents air from being sucked in. So as the oil goes down, this sucks down as the oil level drops, as your pad linings wear, so this drops down. But if they're sealing correctly, it doesn't allow air in there. So what we're going to do now is I'm just going to get a little tester. Now, this is only a cheap moisture tester that I've got here. But when I first got one, I tested it against the garage one, and it was fine. So let's just check this. If I can find where I put it. Where did I put it? Okay. Let's hope my battery's alright. So that's the unit there. It has LEDs on it telling you the moisture content and everything. So it all depends. There's my prongs. And it looks like the batteries have gone in this one. So I'll check the other one. Right, okay, that's off. I'm going to switch that on. So we've got a green light on there, because obviously what happens when you get moisture inside is the resistance between these two probes becomes less. So if you stuck this in a cup of water, it'd go straight to red. So let's try it and just see what we get. Switch it on and stick it in. Ooh! I wonder if when I tested it last time the battery was shit. Right, so that's telling me that the fluid level is pretty shit. The water content is pretty shit. So I was going to flush them anyway, so we'll do that. Just dry that end off. And what I'll do is I'll just check what the rear ones are. Okay, I've just checked the rear one, and that's not as bad, but it's on the top amber, so we're going to flush it through with some fresh brake fluid. I've got some brake fluid in here, so what we'll do is we'll do a sample test of this brake fluid. I know I've had it a while, But again, if it's a sealed container, the only moisture that it's going to extract is whatever is in that air pocket in the fluid. So people go on about, oh, you can't keep brake fluid for more than a year and all that shit. If the container's sealed, then there's not a problem. But what I'll do is I'll take a sample of that brake fluid and we'll see what the reading is. Okay, so as you can see there, if I don't drop this bloody thing, got some .4 brake fluid there. I have had this for a while, but what we'll do is we'll just do a sample test of some of it and just see. I mean, it's cheap enough as it is, so let's just do a sample test. And I know I've had this a very long time, so let's just see what the moisture content is on this. So we've got green, and I've stuck it in, and this has been in this bottle for a good, I can't remember how long this is in there, but that's perfect. Or should I say, it's at a level that's perfectly fine to use on the bike. So we'll do that. I don't tend to put stuff back in. Absorption is also related to temperature, so that the warmer the ambient air, I think that's how it goes. Please put in the comments if I'm wrong. If the ambient air is warm, like in the summer, there's less moisture in the air. So if when the air gets in there, there's less chance of that being absorbed. In the winter time, like it is now, it's pretty cold. There's more moisture in the air, so there's more likely to contaminate this brake fluid. Not contaminate it, but increase the moisture level. Right, so I know when I come to do it, I can use that brake fluid, it's fine. Just put that away. Hi, right, okay, so just had a quick look at the brake fluid and that, and yeah, I was gonna flush it anyway. So the two things I want to get done on here now is the brake fluid flush. There's two ways of doing it. Well, two ways that I do. One is a manual bleeding, and one will be using a vacuum pump or a vacuum container device, which basically sucks the fluid through. So what I'll do is, when I come to do that, I'll show both ways. We'll do the rear brake first, because that's a bit awkward to get to, so we have to undo the reservoir and pull that out. But we'll talk about that when I come to do the video. And then when I've flushed the brake fluid through and everything's nice, then I'm going to warm the bike up and then drop the gearbox oil out, let that drain overnight, and then top it back up again. But we'll do a video on that, and then this bike can be moved out of the garage and I can concentrate on the other one. But before I start on the other bike, I need a massive clean up in here. It's a mess. Anyway, take care, and let's be careful out there. See ya. Thanks for watching.